Hello everyone, in this video I am going to talk about the Mendelian inheritance. Mendelian inheritance is a type of biological inheritance following the principles originally proposed by Gregor Mendel in 1865. The Mendelian theory of inheritance describes the way in which a characteristic can be passed from a parent to his or her children by the means of genes. Each parent has two genes for inherited characteristics, only one of which carries the parent's own characteristic. When sexual reproduction occurs, one of these genes is passed to the offspring by each parent. Genes are said to be either dominant or recessive. The dominant gene will generally reproduce its characteristics in the offspring. Dominant genes in a particular family may turn up in the offspring of almost every generation, while a recessive gene may be carried unused through many generations before it plays its role again, creating a throwback to a remote ancestor. In the mid-19th century, scientists were still uncertain of the mechanism by which hereditary characteristics were passed from one generation to the other. Mendel formulated his ideas after conducting simple hybridization experiments with pea plants he had planted in the garden of his monastery. Between 1856 and 1863, Mendel cultivated and tested some 5,000 pea plants. From these experiments, he induced two generalizations which later became known as Mendelian inheritance. Mendel's results were at first largely ignored, although they were not completely unknown to biologists of the time. They were not seen as generally applicable even by Mendel himself, who thought they only applied to a certain categories of species or traits. In general, people believed that all parental characteristics were melded together so that two individual characteristics would become mixed or diluted, as observed in the skin color of people of mixed race. Mendel presented his work in two separate lectures that was not at first recognized for the breakthrough it was. Instead, Mendel's discoveries had to be rediscovered in the early 19th century. Scientists have since worked out numerous modifications to Mendel's theory of inheritance, but Mendel was the one who set the science of genetics in motion.